Innosilicon's Fenghua GPU based on Imagination Technologies IMG B series GPU cores. The somewhat surprise announcement of the Innosilicon Fenghua #1 server graphics card took many by surprise, but it seems like much of the tech media, us included, weren't paying attention, as there were hints about this card over a month ago. It came from no one other than Imagination Technologies CMO, David Harold, in an official blog post that was posted on the 13th of October. The blog post was titled Back in the High Performance Game, and in it David Harold was reminiscing about his close to 20 years at Imagination Technologies and how the company had started out in the 3D accelerator business with the Kyber GPU. He goes on to mention last year's IMG A series GPU and then moves on to the new IMG B series and mentions how it's the 11th generation of the PowerVR architecture and how it has 70% higher compute density compared to existing desktop GPUs. He also mentions that Imagination Technologies has 5 customers working on products for the desktop, performance laptop and cloud spaces based on the PowerVR architecture, and then goes on to mention Innosilicon by name and pointing out that they have just launched an IMG B series BXT multi-core GPU in an add-in card form factor. In other words, the Innosilicon Fenghua GPU looks like it will be one of a handful of new products that we'll see bring some kind of competition to AMD and Nvidia, but so far we have no idea as to how these products will perform. The IMG B series BXT is the highest performance part in the IMG B series of GPUs, but so far Imagination Technologies haven't revealed any information about the BXT SKUs. Hopefully we'll see something that will be competitive in the mid-range at the very least, especially considering that the PowerVR architecture has had ray tracing support for several of years now. Ideally, some of the promised products will be for companies selling outside of the PRC and with support for mainstream operating systems, but for now, we're just going to have to wait and see.